An alternative solution to this problem would be to use the y-intercept and set this up into general form and then factor afterwards. So I'm going to use the y-intercept here, and I end up with y is equal to ax squared plus bx plus 3. So I have two variables to solve for, a and b, and I have two equations that I can set up. I have two equations I can set up with this coordinate, which is 6, 0, and the other coordinate, which is 2, 6. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do then. I'm going to set up my system of equations. So equation 1, I'm going to plug in 0 for y and 6 for x. So x squared is 6 squared, 36a plus 6 times b plus 3. So there's equation 1. I can set up a second equation based on the other coordinate. So I end up with y equals 6 when x equals 2. So 2 squared is 4. So I get 4a plus 2 times b plus 3. Okay, so I'm going to simplify these expressions. So I have on the right-hand side here, this is going to subtract 3 from both sides. They have no common factors. This one here has common factors, so I'm going to make this into negative 3 is equal to 36a plus 6b, and then divide everything by 3. So I end up with negative 1 is equal to 12a plus 1b. Sorry, divide plus 2b. And now I'm going to subtract these equations. So I'm going to combine this equation with equation 1. Since the 2b coefficients match, I'm going to subtract these two. And when I subtract them, so 3 minus negative 1 is 4. 4 minus 12 is negative 8a. And then the b's cancel out. End up with a is negative 1/2, which was what I got before. Using that, plugging it back into one of the equations, I'm just going to plug it back into the green equation here. 12 times negative 1/2 plus 2b. So I end up with negative 6 plus 2b. Okay, and then we end up with positive 5 is equal to 2b. And we get b is equal to 5 over 2. So then, rewriting this, my equation then becomes y equals negative 1/2 ax squared plus 5 over 2x plus 3. And I'm going to just get rid of this extra a here. We don't need that in there. It's going to be negative 1/2 x squared. Factoring this, factor out the greatest common factor. So this becomes negative 5 over 5x minus 6. When I factor out the negative 1/2, I end up with negative 6. And then rewriting this in factored form, two numbers that multiply to 6, negative 6, and add to positive 5 is going to be negative 6 and positive 1. So now I've got the factored form. So what I did was I solved the problem in general form, which is much easier, and then I factored afterwards to get the answer in factored form.